It's this, but actually more playable on modern consoles. I mean, this is playable, but you need to utilize touchscreen more, and it just wasn't well optimized for controls. But we're going to talk about the new one. Let's get into it. Before we kick this video off, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Square-Enix for providing a review copy of NEO, The World Ends With You. And I just want to say I'm very grateful for the opportunity to cover the game because I really did enjoy the first game. I enjoyed it on the DS. The mobile port was good, but when they brought it to the Switch, they tried. It was just a game that wasn't very well optimized for the Switch. Like, I'll say that. But all that being said, we're going to talk about the new one, how it plays, how it feels, whether or not you should pick it up. But before we do all that, I'm Mekel Kasanova, Hawaii content creator. And if you want to do me a solid, go ahead and hit the like button, sub to the channel if you haven't already, and ding the notification bell. That way you stay up to date on all the latest and greatest content that comes from this channel. And if you want to support what we do have Patreon as well as channel memberships, which allow you to support the channel and the content that comes out if you so choose. And if you want to pick up the game, we have an affiliate link, which is at no cost to you, and it helps out the channel. So that's another way. But all that being said, let's go ahead and get into The World Ends With You. Rather, NEO, The World Ends With You, the sequel to this game. Let's get into it. Picking up after The World Ends With You, NEO kicks off with a new cast of characters in Rendo, Fret, and Nagi being pulled into the game to fight against the emotion manifestations known as Anois in an attempt to outscore other teams and not be erased from existence. So what's the catch? Well, if you're in the game, then that means that you're in a parallel version of Shibuya called the Underground, which is populated by the dead. Which means you are already dead. However, if you earn enough points to win the game, then you'll be able to wish yourself back into the real world. Trippy, ain't it? Well, let's just say this ain't the only twist in this wild journey. Gameplay. If you've played the original game, then you'll remember the pin system and how you can equip multiple of those. In NEO, you can only equip one pin to each of the characters on your team, and with each pin being assigned to a button, allowing for charging up attacks or doing repeated attacks. One of the things I enjoy about this combat system is how you'll need to figure out what your preferred lineup of pins are and how best to utilize them in battles. While you can press any of the buttons to unleash your attacks, you will need to wait for the attacks to cool down, which means you'll need to figure out what your rhythm is for balancing strategy and attacks. There's also the groove system, which builds as you activate beat drop, which are follow-up attacks to your pin attacks. Get your groove meter to 100% and you can do a special attack that does a ton of damage, and you can finish mini fights very quickly. Just so you know, your entire party will be sharing a health bar, yet each character will have a unique stat based on the clothing you have equipped and also what foods you eat. There's a social network system which allows you to gain friendship points by helping characters by doing side quests and more, and you can grow your social circle by going to new shops as you progress, meeting new characters, and just generally helping people. Your social network will spiderweb out and grow as you come to know more and more people. Graphics. The game looks gorgeous by taking the original game's hand-drawn art style and fully realizing them in 3D. Like in the original, cutscenes will play out in a comic book format, and this time even has voice acting. When the situation calls for more exposition and story building, the game will have fully 3D cutscenes rendered in the game's engine. Shibuya is really bustling and comes to life with everything going on in the environment, from dead souls walking around to the way the camera pans and sways about, and even the designs of the buildings. Tower Records looks incredible, and honestly, it makes me miss the one that used to be out here in Honolulu right across from Ala Mall. Because so much is often happening, especially in battles, the frame rate can dip drastically on the Nintendo Switch version, which runs at a variable frame rate and is 1080p docked and 720p with a variable frame rate in handheld mode. The PlayStation 4 version runs at a locked 1080p 60 frames per second and offers the smoothest gameplay experience. Audio. Look, Takeharu Ishimoto came back to slap some funk on every track in this game's roughly 30 new tracks, and then went on to remix about 20 old ones to let it be known he's a compositional genius. The voice acting is also solid, with performances being stellar, with some standouts in the voices of Rindo. The dialogue between characters is incredibly compelling, and delivery of the lines really hits home, with making the characters come to life. Not really any bad voice acting to be had in this game, just, you know, it's serviceable. Basically, long story short, is the voice acting is good and the OST is god tier. Downsides. The only real downside to this game is how the battles can sometimes get chaotic, and it feels like way too much is going on to the point where you cannot keep up. This is a subjective complaint. It's not one I personally have, but one many people do have. Another negative could be since the game does expect you to have some serious knowledge of the original title, and if you aren't caught up on it, then you will be lost in a lot of the terminology being thrown around and the happenings. The wrap up. Neo: The World Ends With You is an outstanding follow-up to the cult classic original by taking a lot of the concepts of that game and reimagining it for the modern era. From an engaging story with numerous twists and turns, a very in-depth battle system, a funky fresh art style, endearing and believable characters, and a world that'll have you lost in for hours, Neo: The World Ends With You is simply an amazing game that will have you coming back for more. The verdict? Buy it. And that's it. That's a review for Neo: The World Ends With You. Again, shout out to Square-Enix for providing a review copy for Nintendo Switch. What do you guys think about it? Is this a good follow-up to the 14-year-old original, or do you feel like it lets you down in certain aspects? Whatever your thoughts are, let's get the conversation going in the comment section below. And if you want to pick up a copy of the game, I have an Amazon affiliate link down in the description below as well. All that being said, I am Mekel Kasanova, Hawaii content creator. I hope to see you in the next video. If you want to take the conversation further, we do have Discord as well as Gilded. And if you want to support what we do here on the channel, we do have channel memberships and Patreon. Links for those will be in the description below as well as in the pinned comment as well. All that being said, I hope to see y'all on the next one. Deuces wild, too sweet, be the elite. I'll see you when I see you. Peace. Mahalo for making it to the end of the video. I really appreciate your support by those of you who like the videos, who watch them, who subscribe. And for those of you who are my Patreon supporters, thank you for your continued support because you help make this possible. If you enjoy my work and you'd like to support what we do have Patreon on patreon.com/Mekel Kasanova. We also have Coffee as well as Subscribestar. So there's various methods if you want to support the work that we do here. We also have channel membership, so make sure you check that out. That way you get up to date on all the latest and greatest content that comes here and first, and exclusive content as well. And if you enjoy the work that I do and you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. So with that being said, I'm Mekel Kasanova, Hawaii content creator. I hope to see you on the next one. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ding the notification bell. And all that being said, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.